25. This past week was my 25th birthday, and I've officially finished school, landed my first full-time job, my brain is finally fully developed, supposedly, and I'm now on a journey to figure out my life with no clear direction. It sounds kind of weird to say that, I'm closer to 30 now than 20, even though this is the case. Let's not forget what it took to get here. When I was younger, I never really knew where I would be at the age of 25, I didn't think I'd be living with my parents, working the night shift at my full-time job, and driving a really crappy car. Bruh. Maybe your life is more spectacular than mine's, or maybe it's roughly the same. But regardless, we've all learned some personal life lessons along the way, and over the last quarter century, I've definitely learned some lessons that I want to share with you today. So here's 25 life lessons that I've learned over 25 years of life. Enjoy the video. This video is broken up into 5 sections: health, money, career, spirit, and relationships. I'll create timestamps in the video so you can move around if you want, but definitely stick around to the end because relationships is my favorite section. Alright, don't forget to subscribe, and let's begin. Wow. Number 1, it's okay to cry. These past couple of years have been really emotional for many people. Whether you've lost a loved one, maybe you're missing your friends, or feeling a lot of anxiety, it's normal to feel sad and to feel emotions, and yes, even for guys. We're all human, okay? We're not robots, and if you don't want to cry, that's fine. Everyone's a bit different, but don't be afraid to do it or to admit it, because I think it's normal. Number 2, take care of your skin. Sunscreen, cleanser, moisturizer. I don't think I personally developed a proper skincare routine until I was in college, hence probably why my skin was pretty disgusting, but skin cancer, acne, it's all real. Take it seriously. Number 3, wear deodorant. I'm talking to you, middle school Chris. You smelly boy. Number 4, try to find a way to make exercising fun. Whether we do it or not, we all know we should be exercising to some extent. I think the reason we don't is probably because, sweating and using up your energy isn't fun. I personally hate running, but I've learned to exercise consistently by tricking myself into having fun while doing it, rather than making it seem like a chore. I love playing squash, but you can try joining a workout class, exercising with a friend, listening to music, going outside, whatever. If you can make it fun, it won't ever seem like a task anymore. And this brings me to lesson number 5, which is you don't need to be good at something like a sport to enjoy it. I think for whatever reason, when we tell people that we're passionate about something, they automatically assume that we're really good at this said activity, and I think we should normalize being absolute poop at your hobbies. When I first started playing squash, I actually had dreams to, make the varsity team at my university, and I quickly realized that my skill level just wasn't there at all. And there's nothing wrong with that, it doesn't take away from the fact that I love the game and that I love sharing it with anyone that I know. So, but you don't need to be good at your hobbies or anything that you do or pursue to enjoy it. Number 6, learn about investing as early as you can. If you know me, you'll know that I love learning about personal finance and our relationship with money. As soon as you start learning about the power of compounding interest, you'll know that the earlier you start your journey to financial freedom and success, the better you'll prepare yourself for the future. Number 7, slow and steady wins the race. Don't try to get rich quick. Day trading, options trading, forex trading. I'm not saying it's not possible to make money off of these things. I would say that it can definitely be self-destructive if you're not careful. Invest for the long term, dollar cost average, and you should be okay with that strategy. Number 8, learn about the Roth IRA. We tend to hear about the tax loopholes that the 1% get to use, but for some reason we don't talk about the tax advantages that we can take and use for ourselves. The Roth IRA is a tax-advantaged individual retirement account, and it's so powerful that the government caps your contribution to it at $6,000 per year. This amount is fed with money that is already taxed, and all withdrawals after retirement, including capital gains, are tax-free. I don't want to keep ranting about the Roth IRA because it might be boring to some people, but definitely do some research into this account because it's a great financial tool that school doesn't teach you about. Number 9, nothing in life is free. Once you understand the concept of labor costs, material costs, marketing expenses, opportunity costs, I think this can really change your perspective about money and the concept of free things in life. Nothing in life is truly free. Number 10, you can do so much with so little. I grew up really poor. Free and reduced lunch, small house, yet I've learned to find meaning, purpose and to create value in my life. And I know it's easier said than done, but try not to let money define who you are. At the end of the day, remember that money is a tool and you don't always need a lot of it to accomplish things in your life. Number 11, your weakest ties can be stronger than you think. I learned about this concept actually recently, but when assessing your connections, don't underestimate what seems to be your weakest ties. Especially in the workplace, you'll find that building a network of weak ties can actually prove to provide benefits and opportunity more so than you might think. It sounds a bit counterintuitive because I think it's natural to desire stronger relationships, but in the workplace, I think there's a lot of strength in weak ties. Number 12, practice interviewing skills. A lot. My college interviews weren't the best, to be honest, and I didn't really know to prepare or even how to prepare for them. Knowledge, competency, and intelligence are obviously very important, but I would argue that how you sell yourself and your ability to connect with people like your interviewer are equally, if not more, important. I recommend doing mock interviews, prepping a lot of questions, and practice. Number 13, your grades don't matter as much as you think. I grew up with a lot of pressure to succeed in school, but now that I'm older, I'm realizing that the mental stress, the breakdowns, the pressure to be the best isn't necessarily worth it compared to how much these metrics matter in the real world. No one in industry really asks about your GPA, and your coworkers definitely won't care either. I think education is really important, and I'm not saying to disregard school because I think there's actually a lot of value in school. After all, I grew up to who I am today through many of my experiences throughout school and university. My advice instead is, if you get a bad grade, learn from your mistakes, move on, and keep your life in perspective. I made a video about grades that you guys can watch, not now, but after this video. I'll link it in the description for you guys to check it out. Number 14, asking for help is a sign of strength, not a weakness. In the workplace, sometimes it seems that asking for help means you're weak or that you're incompetent. I would argue that this mentality prevents growth. There's strength in you recognizing what you're good at and what you aren't good at, or what you don't know how to do. By getting help, I think you can get to where you want to be, your end goal, learning a process even faster. And I think collaboration and teamwork are skills that are valuable in industry. So don't be afraid to ask for help, especially if you're new to a company. Number 15, stop saying sorry when you don't need to. How many times have you said sorry in the workplace when you haven't really done anything wrong? For some reason, we can apologize too much in industry, perhaps to please our managers or to show respect in some way. But I think over apologizing and, not just in industry, but in life can actually hurt you because it shows a sense or a degree of low confidence and maybe even weakness. What's helped me is trying to change your linguistics so that instead of saying, something like sorry I missed the deadline or sorry I didn't do this, try to say thank you in some way, thank you for your patience, something like that. And this doesn't mean to stop taking responsibility or to never say sorry. If you screw up big time, saying sorry can definitely be the right move sometimes, but I think this small change can help you seem more confident and can potentially help you progress your career. Number 16, make progress, not perfection. If you're someone who's a perfectionist or someone who's meticulous with everything that you do, you might stress about all the intricate details in many aspects of your life. I've learned that you don't need everything in your life to be perfect or to be the best at everything that you do. As long as you make progress and make small steps towards your goal, I think that'll play a bigger part in how happy you are with your life. Number 17, avoid letting comfortability halt your growth. I still personally have trouble with this, but it's a concept that I really believe in. I think it's natural for us to want to feel comfortable. We want to feel safe. Like, who wants to be uncomfortable, right? I don't like making myself feel anxious, nervous, or sweaty. But in college, I actually joined a fraternity for this exact reason, because I wanted to make myself uncomfortable. And it turned out to be one of the best decisions I've ever made. I think if we get too comfortable in life, it can prevent us from much needed growth. So facing adversity through challenges, hardships, I think is really important for us in order to learn and to better understand who we are. Number 18. Volunteer more. I started volunteering in high school by teaching inner city kids how to play tennis, and I think there are so many benefits in volunteering in general. It completely changed my perspective, about life, about the world, and it helps you connect with people, makes you feel more fulfilled, and it's something that I think is really eye-opening and something that I really recommend people do more of, especially in university and after college. Number 19, laugh at yourself. I think this is really important for mental health. But listen, hey, we all have insecurities, shortcomings, and flaws as humans. We all do cringe stuff all the time, and the reality is no one is perfect. But being able to laugh at yourself and not take yourself so seriously is important because I think it's vital to helping you develop self-confidence and self-love. 20. Find beauty in the ordinary. No matter what we see on Instagram, Facebook, understand this: life is not a highlight reel. Your life is not going to be epic or super lit 24/7. As soon as you learn more about appreciating the simpler moments of your life, the happier you'll be in the long term. Number 21. Sometimes it's better to be empathetic than to be correct. Now, I might get some disagreement on this one, but I found that in certain moments in life, sometimes it's more beneficial when you showcase compassion and empathy than with pure objectivity. Now, I'm someone that likes to approach situations with logic, and truth. And obviously, we've all heard the saying before, facts over feelings, but I actually don't fully agree with this mentality for every situation. The truth is important, but I also do think the balance of empathy over being brutally, correct or brutally honest is an important emotional skill, especially in building and maintaining, relationships in your life. Let me know if you agree or disagree in the comment section below. 22. Spend time with elders. I've experienced one family passing in my 25 years of life, and I haven't ever really shared that to many of my friends, that particular experience, but as I reflect back on my life, I've learned that spending time with elders like, your grandparents, your great-grandparents is priceless. A lot of them have some great stories, historical insight, deep knowledge to share, and I think any time, no matter how short, can mean the world to them. When you get older, I think it's easy to feel lonely, to feel less valuable in society. So I think spending time with elders can really put a smile on their face, more so than you might think. 23. Choose who you surround yourself with carefully. They say that humans are mimetic in nature, and that you are the average of your 5 closest friends. Try to surround yourself with people who support you, who care for you, and who inspire you to be the best version of yourself. This also brings us to lesson 24, which is, when you think about your friends, let them know. I've talked about the importance of initiation in another one of my videos, but checking in on your friends is important to communicating to them that you care about them. It's easy to forget that friendship is a two-way street. We can't always expect people to come to us. So whenever you think about your friends, send them a text. I think they'll really appreciate it. 25. Appreciate your most valuable asset in life. They say that the most important asset in your life is time. I decided to put this lesson in the relationship category because time is crazy. We spend roughly a third of our life sleeping, and there's a finite amount of it left in our life. Spend your time with people wisely because who knows how much of it we have left.
Slow down, I know you wanna understand, so I'll explain the best I can what this pain feels like. It's hard, cause even as I'm sitting here, I would rather disappear than face the world outside.